Okay, so this video is following on from the last one about how we can use the periodic table in order to figure out things about electronic structure. And you'll notice in the last video I didn't touch the D block. Now the D block is from scandium to zinc. It's this little divot here. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. Just to remind ourselves, we would look at the period number to figure out the shell. The block S, D and P would tell us the subshell, and if we count across in that block, that will tell us the number of electrons in that subshell. So for example, oxygen is in period 2, it is in the P block, and it is the first, second, third, fourth element in the P block, so this would be the electronic structure of oxygen. Notice its final electron is the fourth electron in 2p. Now, that trick works exactly the same for the D block, but the D block has been shifted down one period. And the reason that it's done that is because we order the periodic table by proton number. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, 11 to 18, 19, 20, 21. So the reason the D block has been shifted down is because the periodic table is ordered by proton number of protons. So exactly the same trick, but we're just going to remember whatever period our D block element is in, we need to subtract 1 from that to get the shell. So let's have a look at vanadium. So vanadium is in period 4, so its final electron will be in shell 3. It is in the D block, and it is the first, second, third element across in the D block. So it will have 3 electrons in 3D. Let's fill that up then, and what we can actually do is just follow our finger across the periodic table. So hydrogen and helium, they would fill up our 1s2. Lithium and beryllium, that's 2s. Boron to neon, that's these 6 here, and remember we only pair them up once we have to because electrons repel. 3s2 will be the sodium and magnesium. Our 3p would be aluminium to argon, and again I'm only pairing them up when I have to. And then remember, as 4s is lower in energy than 3d, and we always fill up from the lowest energy first, electrons are lazy, after I go from aluminium to argon, it then comes potassium and calcium. So that is my 4s being filled up there. And then I have these 3 elements here, and so that's going to fill up our 3d. Okay? So I'm going to ask a question. If you can pause the video, have a crack at this yourself, and then once you've written down the box configuration like I have here, and filled it in for the element I suggest, start the video again and I'll go through the answer. So have a crack for iron. Welcome back. So iron is in period 4, so its final electron will be in shell 3. It's in the D block, so it's in a subshell D, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along, so there will be 6 electrons in 3D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what iron will look like.